Notch reform is a situation that affects senior citizens between the years that were born between the year 1917 and 1926.
In 1977, Congress changed the calculation that they figure the Social Security benefits out on. Because they transitioned the new formula in very, very quickly, these individuals were caught in a notch. Their benefits are much lower than people born just prior to 1917 and just after 1926.
A lot of people in this particular age group are in their 80s and 90s now, and they need this money. They lose from $1,000 to $3,000 a year because of the notch reform.
It is so important for people to be treated fairly. And it's very obvious that if you're born between 1917 and 1926, for many years now you have not been treated fairly.
We as a nation, with our most vulnerable now, meaning seniors, we're talking about 10% of the senior population living below the poverty line. And why is that? They're probably the ones that contribute the most to building this nation. And yet in their years that they're most vulnerable, that there's possibly no other help out there.
I've spoken with some senior citizens, and it's very heartbreaking to hear them say, well, am I going to buy my prescription drugs this month, or are we going to have to eat a lot of macaroni and cheese or inferior foods? And then some of them have a difficult time paying the heating bill. They have the heating bill. They have the thermostat down real low, and they're sitting around in blankets all day.
I don't think we should force people who basically brought this country into the era that it's in, who came out of and were prior to World War I or II, and developed us, and now we're saying, well, sorry, but in your senior years, too bad.
These people have given their lives. They've done all the grunt work and a lot of hard work, and now it's their turn for the country to care for them.
We know it's a money issue. I think that's the main reason. And we know that we have X number of people that fall in that category. But however, they are very old, in the 80s and 90s now. So, of course, by attrition, they're going to die off. So it's going to be less money that Congress have to spend to take care of the injustice.
Not only is it important, in my view, that notch reform gets passed, I think it's more important to the almost 1 million members of the Senior Citizens League who are getting basically gypped in their monthly Social Security checks. When you compound the amount of money that they've lost over the years, in some cases it's devastating.
I would strongly encourage you today, as a senior, to be proactive, to write your congressman, to write your senator, and whether it be by email, hard copy, whatever the case might be, and encourage notch reform to be passed. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today.